Well, folks, every once in a while, Washington surprises you, and not in the usual way, not with some midnight regulation, not with a tax hike tucked into the pages of a 4,972 page spending bill, but with something that actually lifts people up, something big, bold, and yes, beautiful. Let's dive into this. That's exactly what we're seeing with President Trump's signature achievement. The one big, beautiful bill signed into law on Independence Day, July the 4th. It's true Trump fashion, fireworks and all. And inside that massive piece of legislation is one of the most ambitious, transformational, generational investments this country has made in ordinary American families in decades. They're called Trump accounts. Are you familiar with this? Have you seen this? Probably not, because probably like me, you haven't read the One Big Beautiful Bill for the whole thing. Trump accounts, they're personal savings and investment accounts for every American child born between January 1st of this year, 2025, and December 31st of 2028. And the federal government seeds each one with $1,000 at birth. No strings, no loopholes, no fine print that gets you later. You get a social security number, you get an account, that's it. Now, parents and relatives can add to the account up to $5,000 a year, and the cap could rise with inflation after 2027. But here's the key. The money is locked in until the child turns 18. Can't touch it until they turn 18. And when that young American hits adulthood, they've got a running start. College, trade school, their first home, starting a business. That door is cracked open just a little bit wider. And that, my friends, is what Trump always promised. A hand up, not a handout. But here's where the story gets kind of interesting and honestly pretty inspiring too. Michael Dell, the Michael Dell, founder of Dell Technologies, and his wife Susan have stepped forward with one of the largest private sector commitments to American children in history. They're pledging $6.25 billion of their charitable funds to expand the Trump Accounts program far beyond babies born during those four qualifying years. So let me repeat that. 6.2 billion with a B. That money will seed 25 million additional Trump accounts with $250 each, meaning if you're a child under 10 born before the qualifying date, chances are you're going to get one. And when the Dells released their statement, it was refreshingly simple. No political grandstanding, no corporate jargon. They said, and I'm quoting here, these investment accounts are simple, secure, and structured to grow in value through market returns over time. At age 18, these young Americans, they can have a financial foundation for continued education, again, job training, home ownership, or future savings. It's a simple yet very powerful idea. A simple yet powerful idea. Sounds a lot like the original spirit of America, doesn't it? You work hard, you invest, you build for the next generation, and you give your kids a better world than the one you inherited. It's just that simple. Now, why would a couple like Michael and Susan Dell, billionaires, entrepreneurs, global philanthropists, invest billions into a federal program for American kids? Because they looked at the numbers. And the numbers tell a pretty incredible story. According to projections from the Treasury Office of Tax Analysis, these Trump accounts, if fully funded, could grow into nearly 1.9 million by the time the child turns 28. Now let that sink in. $1 million plus waiting for you before your 30th birthday, simply by investing early and letting compound interest do what compound interest does best. Even with more conservative assumptions, lower end market returns, those accounts still could reach 600,000 or more by age 28. And listen to this. Even if a family never adds a single dollar to the account, that initial $1,000 seed from the government could grow into anywhere from $3,000 to nearly $14,000 by age 18. That's without touching it, without contributing, nothing, just growth. Now compare that to the typical American experience. Most young adults start off in the red. Student loans, credit cards, maybe a car payment. They just spend irresponsibly. Trump accounts flip that story on its head. Suddenly, A generation of Americans begins life not in debt, but with assets, with savings, with opportunity. And opportunity, my friends, is the beating heart of the American dream. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act is full of these kinds of provisions, and we're going to dig into more of those as time permits in coming shows. A massive child care tax credit expansion, incentives for first time home buyers, a historic apprenticeship and trades training investment, long overdue, if you ask me. Border security enhancements, of course. We've seen some of those already take effect. A nationwide energy permitting overhaul, a requirement that every federal agency cut at least 10% of its regulatory burden within 2 years. And yes, the most aggressive push in modern history to bring manufacturing back home. It's a bill that simply says America should build again, America should dream again, and America should grow again, stronger, younger, freer. Now, President Trump is expected to talk more about this in the coming days about the Trump accounts. We'll cover that when he does, but the significance of this Dell contribution, it's already clear. This isn't just about philanthropy. It isn't just about good press. This is about leadership. You got a major American business. They're looking at a federal policy, believing in it, and saying, I want in, I want to expand this, I want to invest in the next generation of Americans. And frankly, I wish more corporate leaders would take note. Instead of preaching about climate sins or policing pronouns, this is an investment that actually changes lives. It lifts families, it builds wealth instead of guilt, it prepares young Americans for adulthood, for responsibility, for freedom. And the symbolism of doing all this in the aftermath of an Independence Day signing ceremony back in the summer, that doesn't go unnoticed. July 4th has always been about liberty, about a nation declaring that individuals matter, that people can chart their own destiny. What better day to sign a bill that gives millions of kids a head start on doing exactly that? Folks, I've seen a lot of Washington bills come and go, spending packages, omnibus monsters, continuing resolutions that don't resolve anything, but the One Big Beautiful Bill and the Trump accounts inside it, it's different. This one actually might live up to its name. And with private sector partners like Michael and Susan Dell stepping in with billions of dollars, it's no longer just a government program. It's a national project, a cross-generational investment in American greatness. And if there's one thing this country still knows how to do, it's rise to greatness when someone finally points the way. And we have Donald Trump leading the way right now. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit the like button, drop a comment below, email me, joe@joeyhudson.com, and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more clear, no-spin breaking news and commentary. I'm Joey Hudson. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.